Hello, my name is Todd Walters, co-founder of Distress Sale University, along with Craig Proctor and Brian Pelican, and welcome again to DSU REO TV. Now, today's episode will feature tips on what's the best offer for notice of defaults, as well as how to not break the chain of referrals, and I'm going to give you some advice on getting more REO listings. So enjoy today's webinar. So let's first talk about why most agents fail. Well, most agents fail at getting short sale listings, notice of default prospects to call them because they really don't know what kind of offer to make, right? See, most offers being made by agents to notice of defaults via direct mail or drop-off packages, for a fact, they fall flat. And again, it's because their offer stinks. Mostly, they tell the prospects that, hey, I can do a short sale, or why don't you call me and we can discuss your options to avoid foreclosure. So the assumption that these agents are making, which is that NODs want to sell, is flawed to begin with. I don't know if you know this or not, but I think it's somewhere around 90% statistically, give or take a percentage or two, of notice of defaults. They don't have their home on the market for sale. Look, if they wanted to sell, their home would be for sale. But as I said, only about 10% are. So using words like, I can help you do a short sale, well, they fall flat because most homeowners that are hitting the notice of default list, they don't even know what a short sale is. See, you know what it is, and I know what it is because we're in the industry. We talk about it every day. It's our language. Just like if you were a doctor, that's a great example. If you went to the doctor today and he started describing in his language your ailment, if you had one, you wouldn't understand what he was talking about. But if he was talking to another doctor, they would know. So when you're marketing to notice of defaults, list pendants, people that are behind on their mortgage and soon to face foreclosure, okay, the fact is that they're going to have to do something about their situation. But assuming that they want to sell their home is a mistake. So what offer is it then that really works to turn these people? I mean, to really turn them, like turn on a dime and look at you. So as Platinum Coach with Craig Proctor Real Estate Coaching and co-founder of Distress Sale University, I've been able to observe some of the top real estate agents on the planet and help make these offers, as well as bring my own experiences and discovery to it. And the only thing that I see that's consistently working well is what you see on your screen right here, which is an offer to buy. In other words, you must be the buyer or be as close to it as possible. Now, wait a second. Don't freak out on me. My guess is, since you are a real estate professional and you're in this industry, you understand the value that real estate can bring to your life in terms of a vehicle to create wealth. My guess is you would probably buy any home at the right price. Now, I don't know what that price is, but in your mind, there's a price that you would pay for any house. And it would be what you could afford and whatever the value was. So here's what I want you to do. I want you, if you haven't already done this, and many of you watching today's webinar have, but some of you haven't, you must develop a paradigm of a real estate professional. You should have that mindset that your goal is to create wealth for yourself and your family, and that is done with asset building, not with income. Okay, so let's make sure we get our brain right in order to be in this business. Okay, I mean, let's face it, if you want to grow and expand your real estate business, you're probably going to have to do some things differently than you're doing them right now. So with that frame of mind, you should be willing to buy any home at the right price. Okay, now look at your bank account. You have how much in your bank account? $5,000 today to your name? Okay, well, that's $5,000. It'd probably get you about a $50,000 mortgage. $40,000 mortgage today as an investor. So you know what? That's what you would pay. Now, will these people take your offer? No, probably not. Not the majority of homes that we deal with based on our averages and median. But the point I'm making here is that you really need to develop this sort of paradigm. And here's why. These prospects that you're trying to attract, they don't want a real estate agent. They're not that interested in me and you. They're interested in themselves. Okay, so the only thing that's really going to turn them is a bold offer. Okay? But if you can get your brain right and say, okay, well, look, I'd buy any home at any price, and I would do that, then it'll help you create bold offers. And let me give you an example. Here's a bold offer. Mr. Smith, I'm interested in buying your home at 1065 Gunner Court. Please call me to discuss the sale. Thank you. TW. Oh, P.S. If you think you owe more than your home is worth, that's okay. We can work it out to your benefit. Just call me. And if you're skeptical, just go visit my website. You can see I've helped a lot of other homeowners out of a jam like yours. That's it. So this letter sent over the course of a month, one a week, turns heads. Because, look, here's what I know about people when they get interested in selling their home. Sellers want buyers. Buyers want sellers. That's it. Nowhere in that equation is I want a real estate agent. Sellers want buyers. Buyers want sellers. So if you want to be an effective realtor, then you will position yourself to be a buyer or be able to guarantee that you can produce a buyer or be very close to buyers. Okay, so that's the best advice I can give you today when it comes to attracting notice of defaults. So let me give you some details on this direct mail program. Number one, I would send one letter every week. They're handwritten or printed on plain or yellow line note paper in a handwritten font. Oh, and they're definitely personalized. Okay? If the property is not right for your asset building, you still send them the letter because they're going to call and probably not going to be able to buy that home. You're not going to be able to buy most homes. Most investors don't. They don't buy every house. They may go through hundreds of homes to buy one. So, but you should always be on the lookout for a deal that you can turn into an asset for you and your family. And everybody else, you sell their house because you have a valuable service for them, right? So I would suggest stopping any discussion of short sale in your marketing to notice defaults. When you get face-to-face, that's the conversation you're going to have. You know what to do there. But beforehand, I wouldn't bring it up. Okay? Now, an exception to that would be if you've got a system right now and you're talking about short sales to people in your marketing material and that's really working for you, then don't stop it. And I'd be foolish. But what I'm sharing with you is what I've seen work consistently and consistently well. Short sale discussion is what you have when you do get face-to-face with the seller, if they fall into that category. Okay? But before you get the listing appointment, in other words, your marketing to get them to call you, right? Talk about them, the outcome. And that's what that letter did on the previous page I was showing you. Listings only come after you sit down, face-to-face benefits presentations, and you convince the seller that you can solve their problem like nobody else can. Right? So my advice, practice pure lead generation. All right, let's take a look at the next thing I wanted to share with you today, and that's referrals. Don't break the chain. So you can no longer afford the broken chain of referrals. Most real estate agents practice burn and churn. They never really fully leverage each client. And those who do not only fully leverage each client, okay, those who don't do it, they are definitely feeling the pressure and the lack of demand for real estate in the marketplace. So I'm going to encourage you, leverage your clients, leverage the people you know. So let's look at three approaches to cloning clients. In other words, getting more. And this is really important. When I use the word clone, we're talking about, look, if you're sitting down with a really good prospect and you want more people like that, okay, how can you clone those really good ones? Some more people just like that. Well, direct referrals, direct endorsement, and implied referral. Those are the three approaches. So let's talk about direct referrals. all of you understand direct referrals, okay? I'm assuming you do. Now, one of the great systems that we have in the Distress Cell University REO Gold Level Coaching Program is a referral marketing system. And it takes a four-pronged approach to systematically generating referrals. So I'll kind of detail that for you since you're not a member. Let me give you some details. All right? It involves a monthly newsletter that goes out to all of our clients, business associates, social contacts, adopted customers. You know what an adopted customer is? Adopted customer is someone who bought your listing through another agent, and you basically assume or adopt that buyer into your database, and you want to market back to them. But a monthly newsletter, it actually asks for referrals and identifies the benefit of them giving you referrals. Like most newsletters that I see from real estate agents, well, they just suck. They don't ask or offer anything. It's like they're keeping their name out there. It's not a very effective marketing tool. You have to ask for the business and answer this question: why should I give you a referral? What's in it for me? To think about, pause, and give you a referral. So tell the story in your newsletters. All right? Next will be a mandatory form for new buyers and sellers to sign, accepting or rejecting an offer to give referrals. So whenever you or your team members go out on an appointment and you list the house before you walk out the door, you whip out one more piece of paper. You've already had plenty of paperwork for the seller to sign, so bring out one more. And it says right there, seller, who else do you know that's considering making a move that would benefit from the same level of service we're providing you? Got 3 spots on this form here. I'd love to see you save some money today. In fact, for each one of the referrals, for every referral you pass along today, we're going to knock $50 off the commission. So who do you know? All right? So a mandatory form, and they sign or accept it. The third bullet point in this system here, this 4-pronged approach, will be a voice broadcast. In other words, we call everybody in our database that's on that list for referrals every month. We leave them a quick message, something like, hey, this is Todd Walters, and I'm sorry I missed you. Recorded this audio message for you today. I wanted to let you know that we just mailed you our monthly Market Watch newsletter. And in the newsletter, you're going to find blah, 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 blah. And then, of course, I ask for the referral in that message. Okay? So a voice broadcast every month. You can't call all your clients. There's no leverage in sitting down just calling one person. So adopt a business mindset. Call them all. And the fourth approach in this system that we have in our coaching program is an agent-to-agent referral system. Okay, so here in Metro Atlanta, Georgia, I used to mine all the. I knew that the majority of real estate agents that were out there did not sell very many houses, and so I just basically said, hey, look, why don't you sell me your listings when they're getting ready to expire? Just give me the referral before the thing expires. I'll pay you $100, $200, $300 cash for your expiring listing, and when it sells, I'll pay you a nice referral fee. Okay, now some agents would get offended, but most of the people that I'm targeting wouldn't. They're losing the listing. So cash in, put in a good word for me. I get direct access, avoid the competition of real estate agents, and put the slam dunk on it. Okay? So that's a really good idea of direct referrals. Hopefully you'll benefit from that. What about direct endorsement? Well, direct endorsement would be equal to a prominent business person that you have a relationship with telling his clients or customers they should do business with you. Or you telling his prospects he loves doing business with you and the prospect should consider it as well. So here's what I suggest. Write down all of the places you do business with over the next month. Everywhere that you spend money. Okay? And then, after a month, pick out the ones that you want to approach and ask for the owner and see if you can enter into a joint venture relationship with, like a host-parasite relationship or cross-promote, cross-endorsement relationship with them. Hey, I'm going to market to your list, you market to mine. I'm going to use your name, you use my name. Okay? That's a direct endorsement. Now, this is a big rainmaking activity. Okay, how about implied referral? Well, implied referral will be like me leveraging my local fire chief, for example. If I'm in a small town, fire chief is a pretty popular guy, then maybe I develop a relationship with him. For example, I give to the fire department, sponsor some of their events, so I can get the fire chief to agree to let me use a photo of him and me, us together, in my marketing. And when I do that, it's implied that if it's good enough for the fire chief, it's good enough for the area residents. Implied referrals. Okay, so third section on today's episode of DSU REO TV would be REOs, who you want to network with. Now, many of you are doing a great job of getting new and more REO accounts. Okay, some of you aren't. Now, we have more members than ever in our coaching programs at Distress Sale University with REO listings. Now, this is a testament to Brian Pelican's leadership in this area and his candid teaching, as well as insider information that he continually exposes and reveals to the members. Now, one other thing that you should consider doing is finding out who, outside of your marketplace, has accounts with the banks that you want to do business with. Then enter into a networking relationship with those agents. When you do, you will discover what you can do to help them in their business, and when a referral opportunity opens up, you're going to be in a position to receive it. 3 big REO accounts that I had came as a direct result of referrals. In other words, I identified what banks had made loans in our marketplace during the housing boom, where those properties went as foreclosures, what real estate agents outside of my marketplace had accounts with those banks or those outsourcers, pre-marketers, okay, and formulated relationships with those agents, helped them out in their business whatever way I could. And you don't know until you start talking to people how you can help them. But I offered my help, connected them with other people and information, stayed in contact, let them know that, look, if a referral opportunity opens up, I'd appreciate the opportunity to do that. And through just a handful of networking contacts, landed 3 great REO accounts that ended up paying out upwards of $500,000 a year in annual income. So that's who you want to network with. Now, you probably have heard and discussed over this episode Distress Sale University. Now, Distress Sale University is the place to get more REO listings and how to leverage your REO business. So I don't want to get out of the episode without letting you know just a little bit more about it. Okay? We call it the nation's #1 REO business coaching program. Right? So if you can copy, you can succeed. My job, Brian Pelican's job, Craig Proctor's job is to provide you with information and systems that you can put to work in your own business. So you're learning from the best, like Brian Pelican. High-level access to the country's top REO agent. And he is. He's doing what he teaches you to do. He sells over 100 REOs every month. Now, how would you like to have that kind of access to a man like that? Now, here's what I know. Is members who copy what Brian says to do, they have a 100% success rate in taking their businesses to unprecedented levels of success. Now, I've been at this since the late 80s, 1990 or so, and since that time I've done an awful lot of business. Been recognized as one of the top real estate agents in the industry, and am the platinum coach with Craig Proctor Real Estate Coaching. Together, we put together Distress Sale University. And I love sharing my experiences and discoveries with you. And I will do that on these TV episodes, okay, for the foreseeable future. But having direct access to Brian, myself, and Craig Proctor, who's probably the nation's or North America's leading edge real estate sales trainer on direct response marketing, no question about that, and team building, creator of the Quantum Leap system. I mean, very few people can say they've been top 10 with RE/MAX worldwide for 15 consecutive years. Okay, monumental success. So having direct access to us, hey, we're here to help you. So to give you an idea about DSU's coaching program is here's a summary. Okay, and you can see the bullet points of material and systems and features that we offer you. All total, it's a $20,258 annual value. Okay, and that's a lot of material, coaching calls, access to information and discovery. And there's no long-term contracts to be associated with us at Distress Cell University. So these TV episodes are great. As you can see, lots of helpful information. Yeah, but being a member is better. So I wanted to make you an offer on today's episode so that you can save some money and get in at the rock bottom price of only $99 a month. $99 a month for unlimited use in leading edge coaching every month. So I hope you'll consider it. But if you don't, we're still going to continue to send you the TV episodes, and you'll benefit from some of that information. Okay, but this offer will probably go away. Okay, the fee is normally $499 deposit and $399 a month. But for a limited time, we're testing our TV episodes, DSU REO TV, and we've selected a group that attended our webinars before. That would be you, and are delivering you that information. And we're offering Distress Cell University to you for only $99. Okay, so here's what you do, is you just go to www.reoagentu.com, www.reoagentu.com, and you can watch a video that details how to get started. Now remember, the annual value is astronomical for very, very little money. It's a 300% savings, but it's only available for DSU REO TV viewers only. So do me a favor. Don't tell anyone. Okay? Yeah, do me a favor. Don't tell anybody, because this is a test. And we want to make sure that that we can track the results to see how well we're doing with this test. Okay? Now, you know that Craig Proctor taught me a long time ago that the only way to transform your job into a real estate business is to work on your business rather than in it all the time. And DSU REO TV is going to help you do that. Hopefully today's episode triggered some light bulbs and got you thinking about marketing and networking better. But to really accomplish great things, you have to actually do. You have to take the things that you hear and you discover and put them to work for you. That's what I mean by do. Implement. Okay, now of course, you're welcome to copy and implement everything that we have at our disposal as a Distress Cell University member. So to do that, again, just go to www.reoagentu.com. Okay? REOagentu, the letter U.com. Until next time, let's go sell some houses.